Hello everyone, Twitch, YouTube, welcome to GTA 5, the Tuners DLC. Obviously I'm driving my rendition Skyline of the R34 Versailles that Paul Walker had, but I will be today coming with a bit of a garage tour with some details on some of the new cars, some details with the DLC, and some other things. Uh, First and foremost, obviously I don't have the music on because of DMCA, but something that Rockstar added that is really cool and kind of a rip-off. You can now customize your music wheel based on like favorites. So right here I'll show you interaction menu. If you go to inventory, you can do favorite radio stations. Whichever ones you have favorited are the ones that appear in your wheel. There's also, as the game says right here, the media player, which has, I guess, USB sticks around the map that have like stuff. So when you get those, you can go to the media player and like have a customized playlist. Now I don't know. See, what I assumed it was is that it was working kind of like how the Saints Row 2 had the CDs, when you could buy the CDs and have a custom playlist for your radio instead of having to go through every single song. You can have individual songs. It might work like that, but I don't know if it has music based off of individual songs from each radio station. But it is cool that they let you customize your wheel, which is nice. So you can take out, Cult FM or something like that if you don't want to listen to it. So I'm gonna go into the garage here. This is one of the new auto shops, which is it's actually pretty cool. Once the game loads, anyway. So, take a sip there. All right. Well, as you can see, there's other cars over there. We'll get to that in a second. I mean, I have my Toreador here, my gold Toreador, my Skyline. Really quickly, I'll do a bit of a garage tour. So, the red Celica, I made it red because it looks cool. I seen that some people were saying that there's some Fast and Furious liveries on some of these cars, but some of them I just like, either they're not iconic to the movies, or I just don't remember seeing them as like smaller cars or whatever. But this is the Celica. This is the S13. Um, I went a little crazy with the exhaust because they added in these really big heart-shaped exhaust. I know we had like the shotgun exhaust to go up like this before, but now I added those in. I might change that later, but this is the S15. The new Futo with the AE86 livery from Initial D, which is actually really cool. The car, I think, and you have the heart-shaped exhaust there as well. The car is a little bit less drifty, I would say, than the regular Futo, but I think there's some notable speed enhancements. Like you can feel it being a little bit faster. I haven't heavily tested out all of these cars yet, but I will be getting into that. The new Supra, so this is a Mark V Supra, but it has the livery in red from the Supra from Fast and Furious 1. But you can get the original livery on this, but it's an unlock reward for reputation for the new like racing and things. I've seen some stuff about the new unlocks, and I've got to say, there's a lot of things that are locked. Like I think the green to get the green instead of the red for this car is like level 139 in reputation for racing, which is really high. And I think I saw an outfit that you had to be level 1,000 on reputation, which is still really high, or regular level, but that's still really high. So it's like, I don't really know. But I do have a Saban hood, which is really cool. Also, it didn't really queue in, but like all of these cars have street wheels, which they added in a new wheel type, and they do have all the custom tire designs that you could have done with the track wheels that they added in with the not cunning stunts, the track cars. I'm forgetting the name. It's flying over my head right now. The F1 cars. But the tires are still the same. You can upgrade them the same. So this is the S2000. And now they didn't have a lot of great liveries. I tried to do Suki's S2000 from Too Fast, Too Furious with Princess Robot Bubblegum. It's not as bad, but at least we have an S2000 in the game finally, which is nice. The red RX-7, it does have well, it kind of made me a little bit annoyed the way they did it. It has the livery that Dom had in the first Fast and Furious. Obviously, it's locked. That's why I don't have it on right now. It's reputation locked. But for some reason, I don't know why they thought it was a bad idea, but they didn't add in the livery for Han's RX-7, which would have made sense because the Banshee isn't a full-on RX-7. This is a full-on RX-7, but they didn't add it in. Also, there's no Mona Lisa skin for the S13. It would have been nice if they tried to add one in, but they didn't. So the only way to technically get the S15, I mean, try to get the Mona Lisa skin would be the regular Futo, but I don't know. And here I have my 350Z. Oh, also, so some of the other cars have it. You can kind of see it more so here. They added in new headlight covers, so this is iridescent, but they also have, some cars have taillight covers, so I think this one has red. So I think there's red, yellow, blue, and green, and then iridescent. Some don't have an option for the headlights, like the RX-7 because it has the pop-up headlights, but some don't have the option for the the taillights either. So like the 350Z doesn't have it on the taillights, but it has it on the headlights, which is weird. The 350C, as well as the RX-7, has a DK livery, but it's reputation locked as well. So that's a few new things, specifically to the cars. I think there's a couple other cars that I didn't buy, but so this has a mod shop, which is like, your generic mod shop that you would have. I think it might have Benny's, but I didn't have a car with Benny's yet. Over here on this jack, I think that other one does the same thing as well. Random customers will bring their cars in here asking for specific upgrades, and then you can put on those specific upgrades. Now, the game did say that if you add certain upgrades that aren't listed, it might go better or worse, so you might get more or less depending on the upgrades, and it depends if the person likes them or not. But it kind of works like a vehicle sell mission, so you just drive to the location. I only did one, and I don't, because you're not sourcing these vehicles, they randomly come in. I don't think there will be NPC spawns. It's just like a delivery service, so it's fine. We're just driving over there. You have to pay for the upgrades, but once you deliver the car, the customer or the client pays for every upgrade, and then you get a bonus, which is, I think, double. So the equivalent of how much you paid for the upgrades. You get that bonus depending on if you drive cleanly or not. Also over here, this board over here, there's mini heists. So here, I'll go first person just so you can see the board. So each heist has 2 setups each, so it's kind of like the Fliga job, and I don't think they require you to have other people playing with you. I think you can do them all solo, but you get to pick one. I think there's 9 of them, and you do 2 setups and then you do the job. I don't think I don't know about difficulty and stuff like that. They're decent payouts. I mean, they're basically paying out like Fliga job because, I mean, they're basically mini Fliga jobs, but that's fine. That's the girl that helps run those, and she's a really good mechanic. She claims that Benny has nothing on her, but the one thing to note, with Arena War, you have access to headlights that are different colors, not just the Xenon and the regular headlights. So like you can have red, or like this one has mint green. This garage doesn't have that option, but the garage that you get for buying the membership inside of the car meet has that option to have those headlights. Now, also, another thing they added in, which is really cool, I think it's only for the DLC cars. I was trying it before I started recording, but when you go into your vehicles, there's a new option now to set the stance of your car. So you can lower your car even more than you would pay to lower the suspension and stance out your car. And the cool thing is, I don't think it's car specific. So if you set, like I set my stance lowered right now on my 350Z, if I was to change to the RX-7, it would automatically stance itself, which is really cool. One thing to note as well with all of the newer cars, for whatever reason, I find that they're all a little bit slippery. And I know I do get notifications in game that there's tires that you can get at the car meet to, have less grip and stuff like that. I think they see, like, it's spun out really easily like that. So you can get tires that have less grip, and I think quite possibly get some ways of drifting, like actual full-on drifting, but for some reason, like, all of these cars are just a lot more slippery. So it's just like a thing to note when buying the cars is that they might be able to drift a lot easier. So when you go into the car meet, uh, so obviously my reputation level, I haven't done anything yet. So there's a bunch of people's cars and stuff around. Um, I think over here is where you would go to start a race. Either here or over there. I don't know. There's an icon here.
Hey, trying to get in on a set?
Yeah. So he'll set you up for a race. So just running around really quickly. There is. So this is the area you would customize your cars. Wait, what? Oh, they have. Okay, yeah. The exclusive liveries and stuff like that. Okay. And then low grip tires. So I guess those tires have less grip. This over here, if I think is the Okay, so you can go there to. Actually, let me see what exit to roof is. You can go over here to the test track, which basically is the entire, like, it's like a parking garage setup, and that entire thing will basically be empty, and you can just drive your car around in there. What was the point of going to the roof? I thought there was gonna be a roof garage. But basically, you could just drive your car around, drift around, and stuff like that. I think if you're in a public lobby, other people can join you on the test track, which is kind of cool. People. Now, there's also this over here. Just gonna run past that really quickly. This is like, I guess, the podium of like some of the new cars. So the Comet S2. I didn't realize this was a car in the game. Anyway, so say for instance, this is still like a 350Z. I think you can get into these cars and test drive them on the test track. Oh, that's cool. Test drive purchase. Test drive purchase. And then okay, so this is a new, I think this is a GT3 or GT2. I think this might be a GT2 RS. I don't think it's a GT3, because in technicality the regular Comet would be the GT3 RS. But like, even this car, you can test drive it. So this podium with these three vehicles, you can test drive them. I guess they're like cars that they're promoting. So now, assuming that this is on this podium thingy, is actually really cool, because I would assume, like, we're on launch week. That's a Celica. That's a 350. If they go post launch, when that car actually comes out in the game, the GT2, it would be cool if they added in other cars that are on the drip feed and you can actually customize it. So it's kind of like how people have the PTR or mods or whatever to get unreleased cars on PC. That would be a good idea. Rockstar, add it, please. It would be cool. Over here, so this is the prize vehicle. It's kind of like how you have the podium vehicle, but so as it says, go to your interaction menu, and then in the car meet, it'll tell you the challenge. So place top 3 for 3 days in a row. So you have to place top 3 in a street race series for 3 days in a row. I assume that means 3 real days and not in-game days. But if you beat the challenge, you get that car for free, which is kind of cool. And I assume it's a weekly change. There's takeover options, which I think lets you have like a car meet just for yourself. So I guess you get a whole floor by yourself. There's also, you can like set up your car like you would in like a garage. Oh, I didn't know you can change this. Okay, so you can change the access to your. Okay, so then not necessarily everyone that will join you during a public lobby can access your test drive thing. There are a couple of more races. I think they added like Pursuit, which is like running from the cops and stuff like that. So over here, I think that's a tattoo artist. But there is also, if I can find it, there's other merchandise down here. I know they have clothing somewhere. Here it is. You can buy shoes. I think you can buy helmets and jackets and stuff like that. There's also, I think it's always random, but there's a lot of cars, which is really nice. Let's see what kind of shoes they got. Huh. And all of them are locked. Still, like you see, like these are reputation level 300. It's really high. Like 19 isn't so bad, but it's just really high for them. And then I think, where's this pretty lady? Here she is. When you go to this lady, you can browse outfits, you know, and then the last one's 1,000. Like, what? Like, it's. I understand that they want to make things harder, right? But when you make your reputation level 1,000, I mean, it's a really long. 100 I can understand, but 1,000. Oh, you get progress for just being in here? That is really dumb. People could just AFK down here and get free XP. So let's see. I haven't checked it yet, but let me see if there's any awards. Yep, okay. So visit the car meet, reach reputation level 5, win 5 sprints. So sprints, I think, are just, it sounds like drag races. Street races, I think they added in new races. Pursuit, I think that's you get chased by cops, and then drive one of the test tracks for 30 minutes, so that's okay. Fully mod and deliver, that's the selling cars thing. Deliver 10 exotic export vehicles to the docks. Oh! Okay, that's new. So I would assume that kind of works like how Simeon has export docks. There's more than one. This reminds me of like the old export list that you would have on like Liberty City and stuff like that. Like you go to the docks and have those exports. So complete the bank contract as leader. Oh, okay, so I think that means you do have to have other people. You might have to have other people. So 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so there's only 6 of them. Okay. So there's a first time bonus for all of them. So I might be doing those. And then there's a bonus for doing more than one of them. I assume these will give you money as well. So there's new awards, which is cool. But yeah. For the most part, I think that's most of the new things that I've seen that they've added in. The stancing of your vehicle is really cool. Like I didn't even know that was a thing, but that is really cool because the game told me, and I was like, "What? You can stance your own vehicle," which is nice. And being able to customize the music wheel, that is really nice to have, and not have to go through like all the radio stations if you're doing something. Or if you like care for driving for music, you know, just one press of the button instead of like holding it down while you're driving or something like that, or like pressing it like 18 times. You know, it's really nice. But yeah, they've added in a lot of new stuff and it looks really cool. Go ahead and you know. Oh, there's also other stuff you can do in here. So like, you know, actually, let me see. Let me mod my vehicle and see what's happening here. I just want to see what the livery level is actually for the, see how the car just lowered itself, it auto-stanced. So the livery for, oh, right, so this is, I forgot, this is not, so this is DK's livery, that's level 119. I don't even know if I know this guy's name, but this is the other guy that had a 350 in Tokyo Drift. He ran with DK. So you get both of their cars liveries, which is kind of cool. But 119, so it's a lot less than the thing. But let me see these tires actually, since I'm here. How did you get the no grip tires? Oh, okay. Standard tires, low grip. Low grip tires are exclusive to the car meet and applicable to vehicles that are part of the last time. Okay. I would assume that means you have drift tires, which is kind of cool. I won't go into those for now, but it's cool to know. Anyways, I think that's gonna wrap up this video. Thank you to anyone who watched, and hopefully you learned something that might not have been shown in another video. Like I know the stancing in the radio is something that I wouldn't have known from other people that have streamed already. But thank you for watching. I will see you guys in the next video. It might not be a GTA video, but it will be something. I don't know. Until then, peace.